Good morning to all my friends and family. This is Chef Len again. I am very excited with this one because I have a new tripod where I can actually do a lot of my hand movement and a lot of preparation without holding my phone. So, thanks to my honey for preparing all this for me. So, today I'm going to prepare pork ribs, braised pork ribs. Okay, this is actually my own version of doing things. And I see a lot of people, how they work on their things and put all kinds of ingredients. As I said earlier, I make my cooking easy, healthy, and very affordable. So the best part of it is because it takes a lot of time. I don't rush my cooking. I always make it sure that when I do something or I cook anything, I put everything in low heat. So whatever meat that I cook is always very juicy and very tender. And all the flavor of the meat goes everything on the sauce. So one of my style that a lot of people don't do, my own techniques of cooking, is always use lemon for any kinds of meat, shrimp, fish, chicken, beef. I always rinse it down with a little bit of sprinkle of the lemon juice, so it actually take the aftertaste of the blood of the meat. This is all pre-prepared. So I chop some garlic, mince some garlic, carrots, celery, and onions. I also chop some tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and I love these golden potatoes. They're so sweet and so delicious. So on top of that, this was already rinsed down with some lemon. I added a little bit of salt and pepper. And not just salt, we have to use sea salt. I grew up in the Philippines where we only know how to use sea salt. And of course, the fresh ground pepper, where you always smell the flavor of the real good peppers. So here are some of the ingredients that I added up. I have tomato paste. I have paprika, thyme, and rosemary. And of course, bay leaves. Oh, it's so popular in the Philippines. Almost all kinds of food that we use and cook, we always have to put some bay leaves. So this is the initial preparation for my braised pork ribs, and I will start cooking and I'll give you the show and update. And this is how we start this. I actually like to put all the flavor of all the meat from this pan. Let's put the heat low and start browning and caramelizing our ribs. As I said earlier, all of this juice and flavors of the meat will go on that pan, and that's when we start doing our sauce. So let's start doing all this first and start caramelizing all our meat. And once this is all being cooked and brown, then we start doing our sauce. And I will make sure that this is all going to be fully cooked. So let's wait until everything is caramelized and all turns to golden brown, and I will show you the next step of how to work on the sauce. Alright, so now here we go. We are in the process of finishing up caramelizing these beautiful pork ribs. As you see, they're all golden brown now. And after this, we're going to start working on our sauce. So, as you see, I got some of them already being done and being golden brown and caramelized. So now we're going to start working on finishing this up and start moving on to our sauce. And when I make the sauce, actually really going to be really tasteful on top of all this ribs. So let's see how this one works on. So let's take all these things out. They're all going to be back in that pan, and we're going to season I'm gonna make everything pre-seasoned before I put everything together. So, there we go. As you see, it looks so good. All I have to do is put salt and pepper and a little bit of flour. And of course, always remember, every meat that I cook, I wash it down with lemon, so that all the flavor, aftertaste flavor of the blood will be out. So a lot of people don't like to eat meat because they have this problem of all the aftertaste. Unless you know how to cook your meat, your food, then nothing is actually gonna stop you from cooking. So I start cooking when I was actually young. We used to have a maid in the house, and every time they cook, I always watch them. So one day, I start thinking, maybe I can do the same thing. I start opening the refrigerator, whatever I see, I put them together. I damage the kitchen, but then again, everything works well. So here is the ingredient that I pre-prepared earlier. Minced garlic, the onion, celery, and the carrots. So we're gonna put them all together using the juice of the pork ribs. So that looks so good. Put a little bit of salt, just a little bit, and fresh ground pepper. Or don't forget, we always use the sea salt. Actually gives more flavor. And fresh ground pepper, it smells good and put a lot of flavors on your food as well. So here's the things that you can use after you cook all these vegetables. It's either I can use this balsamic vinegar or the red wine vinegar. So, either one you can use. Whatever is in your kitchen, you always have to improvise. As you see, this is all doing well, all sitting, cooking. We're gonna add our tomato, diced tomatoes. The smell is actually appetite. It makes me so hungry. Not really a big fan of eating meat, but there's some cases that when my honey is craving for any dishes, I'll try to create them for him and also my kids and my grandbabies. They actually love all my cooking. So now let's add all these things together. We have our bay leaves. This is our tomato paste, and everything else goes together. Now, put them all, mix them all together so all the flavor will add up. This smells so good. And we're gonna start working on the short ribs after this sauce is actually all cooked and done. Oh, wow. Smells so good. And when I'm not working, this is actually my main thing. I'm pretty busy at work, but on my free time, I hang out with my honey and we cook, and we always garden. And of course, don't forget, we have Ray Ray in the house. Ray Ray is my baby doggy, and as everybody knows, I'm a big fan of Star Wars. And don't forget the Harry Potter. And Star Wars is always on top of my list. Now, while this is cooking, we're gonna add some these special ingredients that I put in all the time and water this down. Them all, and then we're going to wait until all these vegetables are all fully cooked. We'll start adding our ribs. Remember, our ribs is already pre-cooked. So, put them all here. That looks so good. I raise my children with all my cooking. They always say, I don't know if they're trying to pull my legs, but they always say, Mom, cooking is better than restaurant food. So I do believe them because they always come back for more. And every time my kids actually goes to college, the first phone call that they will make is, Mom, how do you cook this? How do you make this? Because they know I have a certain way of cooking food for everybody. So, oh my God, this is actually so delicious. So now, here's my confusion right now. I'm actually a little on the side. It's either I will use the red wine vinaigrette or balsamic vinegar. My honey said he wants balsamic vinegar, so why don't we try the balsamic vinegar? So let's add this up. Put this together. This is really, really doing good. Looking really, really good. I wish my kids are all here, even my grandbaby, so they actually can see what are the things I'm doing today. Because every time I cook this, I actually, once I post this, I actually text them all and say, please like and subscribe. Oh my God, that is amazing. So we're gonna add some of this potato on the side, so while we're boiling and steaming all this and cooking all the sauce, so everything we're all gonna be prepared. So let's close this up and lower the heat, and that's how I make my cooking tasty and flavorful, because I cook everything in low heat. So let's stay tuned and let's see how it works and how it looks when it's all done. Alright, now we're in the final touch of this beautiful braised short rib. As you see, everything juiced and the sauce is really thickened, so you don't really need to add any of those cornstarch or anything, because as soon as all these vegetables actually cook, they will get, the sauce will actually make their own way to thicken it. So this is ready to be served. Oh my God. And I usually serve this in a nice steamed rice so that it will go perfectly with this pork ribs. And oh my God, this is just so amazing. So I hope you like this, and I hope you subscribe. So I actually add a little bit more of this. I prepared this asparagus so that I can put and add colors. I like to put colors on my food because it actually enhances me and give me more appetite. So here we go. Our braised pork ribs. Hope you like it. Please subscribe. Until next time, thank you.